These are the Spice Islands in the northern Maluku province of Indonesia. I'd come out to achieve a lifelong dream of mine, which is to find and film Wallace's golden birdwing, Ornithoptera croesus. Croesus is found on just a few islands, the main one being the lovely orchid-shaped island of Halmahera, and then Bacan, the one I was going to. So just these 3 or 4 islands in the world and nowhere else.
This is going into Sungai Ra here, into the forest early in the morning. See, it's a 2-hour walk in. This is in the middle of Bacan. We've walked up this morning, early morning, right up this river and into the tributaries. And Wallace's golden birdwing, it just really is for me one of the top butterflies of the world. This bush behind me, this is Musayenda, and this is the main nectar plant for croesus, Wallace's golden birdwing. It's a beautiful tree with these white bracts and smaller yellow flowers, but croesus will find them from a long way away. In fact, there is the Wallace's golden birdwing just behind me. It's beautiful in the sunlight. I'll try and film it. It's going up high. But what strikes me with that croesus here is the yellow on the hind wings. It's so bright. It's a bit like the Troides birdwings. The sun's coming right through it, and then the forewings are this lovely copper orange. So there's a two tones to it.
Now for centuries, the people from Maluku have known it as Kupu-Kupu Raja, which is the king butterfly. It was Alfred Russel Wallace who was the first zoologist to find croesus in 1859, and the year before he had sent in to Charles Darwin his theory of evolution, and he, with Darwin, was the first person to put forward that theory. And then a year later he's finding one of his best butterflies. He actually found it on the first day, saw a female on the very first day in Bacan when he was walking up to a miner's location in near Amasing. But then he saw no sign of croesus for 2 months until suddenly he had a male coming down on the Musayenda bushes, and that got him to stay there a lot longer. So I'm now going to read an excerpt from paraphrased from his book, The Malay Archipelago, where a Victorian scientist describes his wonder at finding such an insect. I found it to be, as I had expected, a perfectly new and most magnificent species, and one of the most gorgeously coloured butterflies in the world. Fine specimens of the male are more than 7 inches across the wings, which are velvety black and fiery orange, the latter colour replacing the green of the allied species. The beauty and brilliance of this insect are indescribable. On taking it out of my net and opening the glorious wings, my heart began to beat violently. The blood rushed to my head, and I felt much more like fainting than I have done when in apprehension of immediate death. The females lay on vines in the birthwort family. This is Aristolochia gaudichaudii, which is sort of endemic out there and in Papua. It's found along the coastal forests, and here's a picture of the flower, which traps insects, flies, probably is a mushroom mimic, just for a day, and then releases them. It's not eating them, it's just covering them in pollen, and they fly away to another one, and they all smell of either rotting fungi or rotting meat. But the birthwort itself is the key to these butterflies. If you don't find this plant in the habitat, you won't find the birdwings. These are the lovely sculptured architectural fruit capsules. The caterpillars themselves are an absolute sight to behold. The first time I saw this caterpillar, it literally stopped me in my tracks. The size of it, that striking coloration, a warning to birds and other predators that these caterpillars eat very poisonous vines that have kidney and liver poisons in, and the black and red is a permanent reminder, as is the gold in the pupae and the gold in the butterfly. In fact, Wallace gave it the name croesus, which means golden in Old Greek. So the very butterfly is named after that golden protective colour.